Alright guys, so welcome to the video. Today what I'm going to show you guys how to do is how to download MyFitnessPal and set it up so you can accurately track your food. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to download the app. And as you can already see, I have the app downloaded, but I'm going to show you how to find the app in the App Store. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into the App Store, you're going to load it up, and then you're going to run a search for it. So MyFitnessPal, and there it is. So once it's downloaded, you're going to come to this screen here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to click sign up, and then you can either sign up with your email or Facebook. So we'll just go ahead and I'll just go with sign up with email. And then the next page is going to ask you what your goal is. So lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight. Just enter in whatever your goal is. For this demonstration, I'll do lose weight. And then the next question asks you how active you are. So pick the one that's going to best reflect how active you are during your day. For myself, maybe I'll go lightly active. And then choose, whether you're male or female. Enter in the year you're born and where you live. So I'll just go ahead and enter some random details here. We'll go next, and then enter in your height, your weight, and your goal weight. So I'm just going to leave it at 5'7". I'll throw in 180 pounds. Oops. And my goal weight, I'll just put in 170 pounds. So the next question asks you what your weekly goal is. Typically, this is a good range to either be losing or gaining weight. Because we chose losing weight as a goal, I'll just go ahead and choose lose 1 pound per week as recommended. And then go ahead and enter in your email, your password, and then choose a username. So I'll just go like that. I'm just going to put in random. So click that little button there to give it a check mark and then hit sign up. So the next page is going to talk about data consents. Just go ahead and accept all. And then it's going to tell you your account has been created. MyFitnessPal is going to generate a daily net calorie goal for you. However, I don't want you to actually use what they have generated for you. I want you to use the information that's in your program that I've come up for you. And then I just want you to make sure that a lot of these things are not checked, such as use my phone to track my steps, and then go ahead and click continue. Alright, so the next screen is going to ask you if you want to join MyFitnessPal Premium. So the benefit of having the premium version is it lets you have a lot more customization when it comes to setting and seeing information in your app. So with the free version, it doesn't let you update your goals to the exact targets that you want. It only allows you to update them using percentages. And if that doesn't make sense, I'll show you what I mean when we are playing with your goals in the next couple of minutes. So it's not required that you get the premium version. However, if you want to, by all means. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Alright, so now we are on the main dashboard of MyFitnessPal. So now we're going to play around with some of the settings, and I want you to click the bottom right corner button. And then I want you to click on goals. And then I want you to click on calorie, carbs, protein, and fat goals. And this is where you're going to update this information that is in your program. So if your calories are actually, for example, 2,500, you want to enter that in first, click the check mark. So then it changes and updates the information for your carbs, protein, and fat. And this is kind of where I was telling you that it only lets you update your information by percentages. So say if your protein was set to 200 grams, well, as you can see, it only allows you to pick 188 or 219. And if you wanted to actually pick the grams version, it's going to make you pay for a premium. So it's all good if you just know at the top of your head what your macros are. Just pay attention to where they're at throughout the day, and you should be perfectly fine. So if I wanted to set my protein to say 200 grams, maybe I'll leave it at 219. And then I just have to make sure everything else balances back out to 100%. And maybe I leave my carbs at like 281 and 56. But if my carbs were at like, 275, I just have to know that. And my fat, say if it was at 55, I just have to know that. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and click the check mark. It has updated my goals. I'll go back. And now I will show you how to change a couple other things in your diary. So you click settings, and then you're gonna go to diary settings. And this is where you can customize some of your meals. So right now, there is 6 sections to enter in your meals in your diary. If you wanted to call meal 1 breakfast, you could do that. You could call meal 2 lunch. You could call meal 3 dinner. You could call meal 4 snacks. However, the way I like to do it is I just like to call them meal 1, meal 2, and so on. So hit the check mark button, go back. And, if you want to enter in some of your profile details, you just hit profile, edit profile, and then you can change some of those things up as well. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to track some food and show you the most accurate way to do so. Okay, so the way you do it is you're going to click add food. And the first example is I'm going to show you how to track cooked meats. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in DIYBODY and then the food name. So for this example, we'll type in, say, chicken breast. Okay, and then we're going to hit search. And then as you can see, the first search result is the chicken breast, and it says DIYBODY under it. And as you can see, the serving size is for cooked weight. Okay, so not raw meat. And the way I have done this is because I know that people do meal prep in large quantities and they're going to be weighing their food out in a cooked form. So it makes no sense to be choosing search results that are for raw macros when you're weighing out cooked portions. Okay, so right now it's set to 100 grams cooked. You could change that to say 1 gram cooked and then change the number of servings if that makes more sense to you, to like for example 50. But you can see right now it's all set to fractions, and what you want to do is you want to actually change it to decimal. So click decimal, and that's where you could change it to like 50. So basically this is saying for 50 grams or for 100 grams or for 200 grams. So once you've done that, click the check, and then it has went ahead and inputted it to our diary. So the next thing I want you to track is starchy carbs. So the way you do that, same thing, DIYBODY, and then type in, for example, jasmine rice. Click search, and there it is, jasmine rice. It's set to 100 grams right now. and click the check, and there it is. Now it's tracked. The third thing I want to teach you how to track is fruits and vegetables. So for this example, what you're going to do is you're going to type in USDA and then banana. So USDA stands for United States Department of Agriculture, and they are a very reliable source to get a lot of information on the nutrition of foods. So MyFitnessPal has grabbed a ton of their information and input it into their database. So click search. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look through the list here, and you're going to look for some similarities and reoccurring themes, and pick one that seems to be most accurate for you. So here on this second example, you see 100 grams is for 89 calories. You kind of see it again right here, 100 grams, 89 calories. You see it here again, 100 grams, 89 calories. So what that tells me is that seems like it's a pretty accurate entry. I'll go ahead and click that. And if I wanted to change, if I wanted to make that like 75 grams, I would put 0.75 instead. I could always change the gram size to 1 gram and then change this to 75 if that makes more sense. Same thing. And then I'm going to track it. Okay. Vegetables is the same thing, USDA, and then type in the vegetable. So maybe like tomato. And then click search. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to look at the multiple search results, and then you're going to look at the calorie count on the right hand side. Now, if there's only a difference between a few different calories, like 17 and 18, it doesn't matter really which one you're going to pick. It's only a calorie difference. Even if it was, roughly like 10 or so more calories, it's not the end of the world. So just pick one and then consistently use the same one over time. Okay, so for this example, I see 2 of them that are 18 calories for 100 grams. I'm just going to go ahead and pick that one then and enter it in. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to track is you can actually use a barcode scanner, and you can see that the icon for it is near the top. And if I click that, it's going to ask me if it can use my camera. I'll just hit OK. And that's where you're going to go and actually scan stuff. So, for example, I have this grenade bar right here. Go ahead and we can scan it. And there's the information. So we'll go ahead and we'll add that in. And then the last thing I want to show you how to track is if you are on the road and say you want to go to Starbucks, for example. So maybe at Starbucks you want to get a spinach egg white feta wrap. So we'll type in Starbucks spinach egg white feta. We'll just type that in and see what comes up. Okay, so if you see something with like a check mark like this, it's usually pretty accurate. And as you can see, all of these entries in here have 290 calories for that item. A couple of them have 280. The difference, again, like 10 calories, not a huge difference, but if you wanted to make sure that you're getting the most accurate information, you can always run a Google search and type something in like Starbucks egg white spinach and feta wrap nutritional information, and then you could pull up the company's nutritional information on their website. But we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and trust the entries that are in MyFitnessPal and click check. So that's basically MyFitnessPal in a nutshell. Um, that's how you track your food. So for cooked starches and meats, you're going to use the DIYBODY search results. And then for veggies and fruits, you're going to use USDA. And whenever you can, scan a barcode on packaged foods, then I would highly recommend you do that. And then if you are on the road and you want to track the foods that you're eating at certain restaurants, just type the restaurant name in and then the menu item. So I hope you guys found this video informative. And if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know.